What's up, everybody? It's Kev Kellum from WrestleZone. This is a breaking news flash. New Japan Pro Wrestling is merging their top two championships. One of the biggest WWE names to come out of NXT and leave WWE in the last 10 years is back in the wrestling ring, and the NWA, they could be back as well. It's all in today's news flash. What's up, everybody? I am Kev Kellum for WrestleZone.com. How are you doing? We're 40 days away from WrestleMania. We still don't have any information on WrestleMania tickets going on sale. We get asked that every single day, so I'm sorry if I'm telling you bad news, but there is plenty of interesting news going on in the world of wrestling today. Let's go over to Japan. New Japan Pro Wrestling held their big Castle Attack tour-ending shows this past weekend, and some big news came out of them. The IWGP Intercontinental Championship is no more. It's going to be merged with the Heavyweight Championship. Tokyo Sports is reporting that the IWGP Intercontinental title is no more. The title bout created in 2011 as a secondary title for New Japan has been defended alongside the Heavyweight Championship since Wrestle Kingdom 14, the double gold, basically. That night, the two belts were merged into what is known as the double gold, even though they're kind of technically separate titles. So both belts are defended at the same time. Now they'll merge into one singular title. At Sunday's New Japan Castle Attack show, our very own Ross Berman reporting that Tetsuya Naito, attempted to break the Intercontinental title away from the current double gold champion, Kota Ibushi. He was unsuccessful. New Japan is set to hold they held a press conference about this, and we have more information about that now at WrestleZone.com. What do you think of this? Is it too many titles? I hear a lot of fans complain about too many titles in wrestling. There's too many championships going on in the world of wrestling. Please stop having so many belts. That's what a lot of fans say. I can see some fans enjoying this. They do have plenty of championships, though, in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Now they'll have one singular World Heavyweight Championship. They have the Never Openweight Championship, which some people think will be elevated in terms of stature. Then they have a Tag Team Championship for their juniors, their cruiserweights. They have a junior title as well, and that was recently vacated, so there's that going on there. And it's a lot of different shakeup in New Japan Pro Wrestling. You can get all the details and full results from Castle Attack, both shows that ran this past weekend at WrestleZone.com. Good on Ross Berman. If you guys want to know what's going on with everything with New Japan Pro Wrestling, he is the guy. You can also check him out on Tamatanga of New Japan Pro Wrestling fame, his podcast, Thomas Island. Go check that out as well. News about Big Cass. Now, Big Cass returned to pro wrestling this past weekend. He's now working under the name Kaz XL. Of course, most of us know him as Big Cass. He returned to the ring this past weekend for Lariato Pro Wrestling, a promotion ran by Big LG, Luke Gallows. In a Twitter post, the former WWE star shared his reaction to the surprising development, saying, "After a long journey filled with an enormous amount of self-reflection, I now start my journey towards redemption. Thank you, the Big LG, for the opportunity, and thank you to everyone continuing to believe in me. Hashtag straight out of step 12. So alluding toward some health issues that he had in the past. Cass had a controversial status in professional wrestling the past years. At a WrestlePro event in 2019, after finishing a run with WWE, he reportedly got into an altercation backstage. His behavior was said to be quite erratic at the time, and many people were concerned about his health, including his longtime tag team partner, Enzo Amore, now known as just Enzo. And they have openly stated that Cass has been working on his personal struggles during his time away from the business. Good on him. Seriously, that's a good thing to see someone on the healthier side. The pictures of him from this show, he looks absolutely fantastic. This guy looks, he is jacked. He looks really good shape. I know he was involved just kind of in a run and not so much a full-on match here. Could be interesting here. We have people texting in saying, I am happy. Babs J saying, I am happy to see Big Cass. I wish Enzo will also be with them. Yeah, there's a chance that they could be a good act. I mean, the last time we saw them really do anything super big after WrestleMania, they trended number one 2 years ago during WrestleMania week. Ring of Honor and New Japan ran Madison Square Garden. Enzo and Cass ran in during a big multi-team tag team match. It's been reported that some people in that match didn't even know that was going to happen. And they were expected to be a part of Ring of Honor's future. and they never really were. It's just kind of teased and never fulfilled there. Be interesting if something happens within the future. Obviously, there's a lot of spots that people would love to see them go on to. There's certainly the forbidden doors are now down between AEW and Impact and a lot of those major promotions outside of WWE. I could see them land in one of those promotions. I think them and Impact Wrestling would be the most interesting right now in terms of the combinations that they could get there. What do you think? Where would you like to see a potential reunited Big Kaz, XL, and Enzo end up? Where would you like to see them do their thing? Are you interested in them doing their thing, or are you not into it at all? Sound off in the comments below. If you're watching on demand, I'll be jumping in there as well. We'll be live tonight, by the way, after Monday Night Raw, just like we're live after pay-per-views, and we're live after NXT and AEW. So make sure if you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, you turn your notifications on so you know exactly when we go live. And also, you can get all of our audio content. Go ahead and subscribe to the podcast. Hours and hours of podcasts. Thank you to the thousands of you that downloaded it last week. We dropped a bunch of exclusives on there, including an interview with Ian Riccaboni, the commentator for Ring of Honor Wrestling. A lot of really cool stuff. We did an interview last week with the Bushwhackers, plus all that extra content, AEW focus shows, the SmackDown Double Down. We got you, dude. We have a Patreon's worth of content available in your ears whenever you want it, for free. Apple, Spotify, all the different podcast apps. If there's a podcast app you want us on, let us know about it. We'll get on it here. Some more positive wrestling news to get into as the world slowly crawls back to normal out of the pandemic. We obviously know we will have a WrestleMania with fans, socially distant, coming up April 10th and 11th from WWE. And many other promotions are starting to figure out how they're going to, make their way and transition back into some form of whatever normal was. One of them was the NWA. Now, the NWA made a big splash in 2019 with a web series, Power, with multiple R's in it. And they filmed some stuff as well called Shockwave, some episodes of that were pretty cool, but fairly isolated. And a lot of their noteworthy talent, most notably Thunder Rosa, have appeared on AEW Dynamite. They've been allowed to do that. So what is the future of the NWA? Recently, last week, there was a lot of worry because a bunch of their content was taken off YouTube, their main source of distributing their digital series. So the NWA is reportedly filming new content this month and making an announcement later this week. Our very own Colin Tessier wrote this one up. It's up now at WrestleZone.com. Many fans assumed the worst when the NWA was removed its video library from YouTube. And an update on the situation suggested the company is preparing to make an announcement in the future. Another development, NWA is filming this content. On Saturday's episode of Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer stated that the prestigious promotion will tape new content on the 21st and 24th of this month. He also noted there is a positive announcement planned for this week. The company hasn't held any original tapings for several months due to the COVID-19 pandemic. NWA has been working with All Elite Wrestling and the United Wrestling Network in order to showcase their champions. So, what do you think of NWA coming back? Are you prepared for even more wrestling? There's going to be a lot of web-oriented wrestling as well. AEW is going to have 2 web series. They're going to have Dark and Dark Elevation starting soon. WWE obviously has tons of content online as well, including their podcasts. So what is your go-to source for online exclusive wrestling? Or is that just where you watch all of your shows anyway? Is that where you're watching? Are you just watching Raw and SmackDown and NXT and everything in clip form? I know plenty of fans that do that as well. Continue to sound off in the comments below. I will be live with you, hopefully tonight on time. Burping. After Monday Night Raw. A big episode. Is The Miz going to retain the WWE Championship to the ferocious challenge of one Bobby Lashley? Who knows? Let me know what you guys think about that as well. If you enjoyed this video, I know how many of you are watching. Do this. Just hit the thumbs up button. It's super, super easy to do, and it really, really helps us get our content out to a bunch of new fans. We're a bunch of wrestling geeks doing content for wrestling geeks like you. A wonderful person. I can't touch you, but this is as close as we can get. All right, so thank you so much for watching our stuff. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And remember, when watching wrestling, do the most important thing. Enjoy wrestling. See ya. Bye. Bye.